I would like to thank the organizers for making this webinar possible. I will be talking about the article I published with Choi and Hans Baumgartner in this issue of JACR. The underlying question of our research was, why do certain things in stories bother some people and not others? For example, in the first comment, this viewer was bothered by something in the plot of the movie Cinderella, wondering why didn't her glass slipper disappear at midnight along with all the other clothes her fairy godmother provided. But not everyone is bothered by ambiguity in stories. Perhaps you've recently watched a movie with a friend who is like this, who gets annoyed by the inconsistencies in the story and then can't enjoy the movie as much, while others don't seem to be bothered by the ambiguity and just enjoy the movie. Why is that? Movies are only one form of storytelling, and in this research we looked at a more economical form of storytelling, short video commercials that tell a story. We hypothesized that there is a personality trait that leads to different responses to ambiguity in story ads. For example, two individuals noticed an incomprehensive part of the story in a commercial, but one was annoyed and the other wasn't. So why and how does this difference between individuals affect their engagement with a story? When individuals immerse themselves in a story, such as viewers of a movie, they enter a psychological state that is a cognitively and emotionally engaging and a vicarious experience. You may have experienced this when you watched a movie and felt with the characters and wondered what would happen next in the story. This state has been referred to as narrative transportation. Transportation leads people to adopt attitudes consistent with those presented in the story. For example, when people are transported into a story advertisement promoting a brand, they like the brand more. In short, transportation leads to persuasion. So it is important for stories to metaphorically transport viewers into their story worlds, but elements in the story that cause incomprehension are a problem. If people don't understand what's going on in a story, they start to wonder and maybe even get annoyed. Consequently, they fall out of that transported state, that is, they are no longer engaged with the story. A reason for such incomprehension in advertising stories can be that the link between the product and the story is weak. For example, sometimes you don't know what the product is doing in the ad. In addition, not everyone reacts the same way when they don't understand something in a story. This individual difference or personality trait is a psychological concept introduced by Kuglansky called need for closure. Need for closure refers to an individual's tolerance for ambiguity and desire for definitive answers. Clearly, stories have some ambiguity built into them by nature. This is one reason why people sometimes have different opinions about what a story is telling us. This led to our main hypothesis, which was a moderating effect of comprehension on transportation by need for closure. We believed that people with a higher need for closure would be more affected in their transportation by comprehension. For example, if a person with a high need for closure does not understand the story, they will disengage from the story, which means less transportation. But the person with a low need for closure will not mind not understanding the story as much and will be relatively unaffected in their transportation. Our model tested this moderation and other effects, such as effects on brand attitude, but I will not discuss all the results here due to time constraints. I refer you to the article for more details. In two studies of two narrative ads conducted in Austria and South Korea, we found support for the moderation effect primarily in Austria. Examining the significant interaction, we see that the effect of comprehension on transportation increases as need for closure increases. Need for closure also moderated the indirect effect of product story link on brand attitude through the two mediators, comprehension and transportation. In Korea, the interaction was not significant, but the data pattern of the moderator was similar. Here you can see the main contribution. Thanks for your interest in our research.